In the world of big game hunting, picking the right caliber can mean the difference between a clean, ethical kill and a long track job through thick woods. This video dives into the top 5 calibers that hunters swear by for taking down deer and elk with one-shot powerful rounds that punch hard, fly flat, and get the job done quick. We're counting down from 5 to 1, starting with classics and building to the new kings of the hill. Each one has its strengths for dropping big bucks or bulls in their tracks, but no round is perfect. We'll break down the pros and cons so you can decide what fits your rifle, your shot range, and your wallet. Whether you're stalking whitetails in the Midwest or chasing elk in the Rockies, these calibers deliver the boom you need. Stick around as we load up and fire through the list. Your next hunt could start right here. Number 5. 270 Winchester. The 270 Winchester has been a hunter's go-to since the 1920s, born from the 30-06 case, but trimmed down for speed and flatness. It's a rimless bottleneck cartridge that shines on deer and lighter elk, pushing 130-150 grain bullets at 2,900 and 300 FPS for laser-like trajectories out to 400 yards. Recoil is mild, making it great for newer hunters or all-day glassing without shoulder fatigue. Pair it with soft-point ammo like Federal Power Shock, and you'll see explosive expansion on vitals for quick drops. It's affordable and versatile, chambered in everything from lightweight bolt actions like the Ruger American to classics like the Winchester Model 70. For open country deer hunts, it's hard to beat clean kills on muleys at dawn. But on bigger elk bulls over 500 pounds, it can feel underpowered if you're not spot on with placement. Pros: super flat shooting for long pokes. Low recoil keeps you on target. Tons of cheap, reliable factory ammo everywhere. Lightweight rifles mean less pack weight on miles of hiking. Cons: lacks the deep penetration for thick-hided elk at close range. Wind drift starts early on lighter bullets. Not ideal for heavy bone hits without premium loads. Older design means fewer high BC options compared to modern Magnums. Overall, the 270 is like that trusty old truck, gets you there every time without fuss. Perfect for the deer hunter who wants simplicity over flash. If your shots stay under 300 yards, it'll drop them dead in their tracks more often than not. Number 4. 7mm Remington Magnum. Kicking things up a notch, the 7mm Rem Mag exploded onto the scene in 1962 as a belted Magnum powerhouse, stretching the 375 H&H case for elk-slaying muscle. It hurls 140-175 grain bullets at 2,950-300 FPS, delivering bone-crushing energy over 500 yards, ideal for those wide-open western elk hunts where bulls vanish into timber. The larger 284-inch bullet diameter means wider wound channels and better meat salvage than smaller calibers, with loads like Nosler partition holding together for pass-throughs on shoulders. Recoil is stout but manageable in a good stock, and it's a staple in rifles like the Remington 700 or Browning X-Bolt. Hunters love it for all-around big game, from blacktails to moose with trajectories that rival flatter rounds. Drop an elk at 400 yards? This Magnum laughs it off. Pros: massive downrange energy retains punch for big animals. Excellent bullet selection for expansion or penetration. Proven on elk for decades with ethical kills. Balances power and shootability better than 300 mags. Cons: snappy recoil can flinch off-season shooters. Belt design leads to headspace issues in some rifles. Ammo costs more and burns powder hot, heating barrels fast. Overkill for small deer, risking meat loss. The 7mm Rem Mag is the workhorse of Magnum caliber's raw power wrapped in reliability that turns tough shots into trophies. If you're chasing trophy elk across sagebrush, this one's your ethical hammer. Number 3. 6.5 Creedmoor. The 6.5 Creedmoor burst into popularity around 2007, a short-action darling designed for precision over brute force, necking down the .308 case to .264 inches for deer-dropping finesse. It slings 120-143 grain bullets at 2,700-2,250 FPS with sky-high ballistic coefficients, bucking wind like a champ up to 600 yards, perfect for spot-and-stalk deer in rolling hills or elk in precision setups. Low recoil lets you follow up fast, and it's a dream in AR-10 platforms or Tikka T3X rifles for varmint to big game swaps. Match-grade accuracy means sub-MOA groups, and with Hornady ELDX loads, it expands reliably without fragmenting too much. It's surged in hunts because it's easy on the shoulder and wallet compared to Magnums. Pros: laser flat trajectory and wind resistance for ethical long shots. buttery recoil for all-day comfort, affordable brass and components for handloaders, versatile across game sizes without excess waste. Cons: marginal energy on huge elk over 400 yards. Smaller bullets limit deep penetration on angled shots, still building legacy ammo variety, not a Magnum, so drops off quicker than .30 cals at extreme range. Step aside, old guard. The 6.5 Creedmoor is the smart hunter's pick, blending modern ballistics with everyday ease. It drops deer like clockwork and holds its own on elk if you know your holds. Number 2. 300 PRC. The 300 PRC, or Precision Rifle Cartridge, hit shelves in 2018 from Hornady, a non-belted behemoth based on the 375 Ruger case for ultimate long-range elk annihilation. It propels 200 225 grain bullets at 2,800-2,950 FPS with insane BCs, maintaining supersonic speeds past 1,000 yards tailor-made for high-altitude elk hunts where shots stretch across canyons. The 308-inch bore loves heavy match bullets like Berger hybrids for controlled expansion and deep drives through brisket. Recoil is stout but tamed by suppressors, and it's optimized for short actions in rifles like the Bergara Premier or Seekins Havoc. It's the evolution of the 300 Win Mag, with better efficiency and less throat erosion for high-volume shooting. Pros: unmatched long-range ballistics for 800-yard ethics. Heavy bullets crush big bone and vitals. Efficient powder burn means cooler barrels. Growing factory support with premium loads. Cons: high recoil demands practice and good optics. Pricey ammo and brass for budget hunters. Overpowered for close deerwoods. Heavier rifles to handle the thump. The 300 PRC is precision meets power, a caliber built for the hunter who measures shots in football fields. It doesn't just drop them, it erases them from the equation at distances that humble lesser rounds. Number 1. 7mm PRC. Crowning our list, the 7mm PRC stormed in 2022 as Hornady's masterpiece, refining the 300 PRC case to .284 inches for the perfect deer and elk destroyer flat, fast, and forgiving. It launches 160-180 grain bullets at 2,950-3,100 FPS with God-tier BCs, zipping to 800 yards with minimal drop or drift, making it the king for exposed elk bugles or prairie dogtown deer. Energy stays lethal on 600-pound bulls, and the wider bullet diameter carves bigger holes than 6.5s while recoiling less than .30s. Load it with ELDMs in a Christensen Arms Ridgeline or Nosler M21, and you'll thread needles through wind. It's the non-belted upgrade everyone's chasing, with hand-loading data that's a dream for tuners. Pros: elite flatness and energy for extreme range kills. Milder recoil than similar Magnums. Vast bullet choices for any game. Future-proof design with low seating pressures. Cons: newer, so ammo can be scarce in rural shops. Steep entry cost for rifles and loads, still packs a wallop for small-framed shooters. Overkill in tight timber spots. The 7mm PRC isn't just top dog, it's the whole kennel. If you want one caliber to rule deer seasons and elk epics alike, this drops them in their tracks every time. No excuses.